Thanks for watching the video. This is a full golf vlog. So every shot from the front nine at El Dorado Park Golf Course in Long Beach, California. Let's get straight into the golf. So I've been practicing a lot, but not playing very much recently. So this is a dogleg left, par 4. That was one of my best drives of the day. And the reason I wanted to try this video today is I wanted to see how this protracer style line worked on the video. So big thanks to Derek Lester Golf who animated these lines onto this video. Go check out his channel. It's linked in the description below. Subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of cool golf vlogs and he's getting a lot better at golf, which is cool to see. All right, so from 73 yards, I hit what I tried to hit, a small 54-degree wedge, and hit it perfectly pin high. And I'll have this for birdie on the first hole. I was playing a skins game with some friends out there, and that was a par on the first hole here at El Dorado. The second hole is, this is like 333 yards or 340 yards, so a short par 4 that really tightens at about 290 yards. And I tried to kill that. Got out in front of it, and you can see the trace just sliced over into the tree line here. In California, this part of California anyway, there's not a lot of courses that you would call like tree lined, but this is one of them. Makes it a challenge. That actually was one of the most solid. I mean, it was just a pitch out, but it was one of the most solid shots I hit this day. It's actually a real good shot because I left it just in front of the bunker like I wanted to. Just maybe a bad decision to hit driver, but I just shouldn't have hit it that far right. A lot of times people ask me, what's the best lesson of all the lessons that you've got? What's the best lesson you've got? And it's a hard question to answer, but one of the lessons that I go back to the most often is when Monty Scheinblum taught me a different way to punch out of trees, because I used to consistently kind of top my punch outs, but now I do it differently. I'll try to remember to link that in the description to this video. So that was a little pitch. I thought I hit it perfectly, but the green just let it release a little further than I thought. Just a little firmer than I thought it'd be. Wind is helping too. That probably had something to do with it. So I have this remaining for my par on the second hole. Everybody, it's hard to play golf right now at El Dorado because the greens are in such good shape. So really nothing to complain about. Darn. And so just left that on the low side a little bit. This is my friend who I'm playing with today, good player called Ramon. 155 yards. Shot Ramon. Thanks. So Ramon hit that pin high, just like I think 6 feet from the pin. So, and this is a closest to, well, all the par 3s we're also playing for closest to the pin. So he's got a good one in there. I've got a 9-iron here, just because it's long of this green, you just absolutely don't want to hit. And I hit it fairly decently, basically right at it. Just came up just a little short. But I was probably a little afraid of going long, because just past where the camera is, it just falls off and it's an impossible up and down. So I was probably thinking about that. So this is for birdie. So that's a par. And then we're gonna, let's see, here's Ramon for his birdie, which will also be the closest to the hole, and I think 2 more skins. Good birdie. So 2 birdies in the first 3 holes for Ramon, playing well. All right, so this is a par 5, and you can hit it as hard as you want. And I actually hit that one pretty hard. So I've been doing a little bit of the, I kind of did not put it into play as much as I should, the force back, force through stuff that I was doing with from Dr. Grover and Bryson DeChambeau. So, but I did it effectively on that drive, hit a great drive. But then hit a very, like pin high, but very pulled hybrid, which is kind of the way hybrid has been now. One of the things I wanted to talk about today is Hank Haney always talks about what's your big miss. That's the book that he wrote called The Big Miss. So I think every player from of any level has to figure out what's your big miss and then like try to do things to attack that. That was the rough that I was hitting out, which is that I don't even know if you would call that grass, but it's very difficult to pitch out of. So it's hard to know what to do from that. That was Brian who made a birdie, and this is me to tie him for the birdie on this par 5. Just a little on the low side, same as the other putt. So as far as big misses go, without a doubt, my big miss is pools, and really just pools. It's not even. It used to be blocks and hooks, and I kind of solved that, and now it's just pools. And sometimes I can hit dead solid, very good pools, but yeah, pools are pretty consistent. This is the best drive I hit all day, as far as like from a smash factor and speed wise. But I did pull it a little bit, and cool animation there by Derek that kicked it back into the fairway. So I actually hit this really far and got it. Now it's sitting on top of some rough that is thatched together, kind of like a little sponge. So I didn't want to press down on it, and I ended up just going under it just a little bit, which take off some distance. It was like spongy. I didn't know how to like play. I thought if I put my club down, it would make the ball move. All right, would you guys put in the comments? Would you guys chip this or would you putt it? A little bit of fairway, then some fringe, and then the green. Let's count it out. So it's uphill as well. So all those factors go into, I would almost always, especially on Kikuyu grass, putt that rather than chip it. That one I just didn't hit nearly hard enough. Misjudged that, and that's one thing that Brett Lederer, a guy who used to be on the web.com tour, told me, was that that's just something pros practice a lot, is putting from the fairway, from the fringe, from off the green, that ordinary players just never practice. But that was a good par save to make a probably like a 7-footer. Same thing, just left the face open and got in front of it. So that's actually, even though you block that, and this is what when you diagnose your swing, even though I blocked that, you have to be able to diagnose, well, that's a reaction to your pulls. That's a reaction to your big miss. So a lot of people will think like, oh, I hit it left, I hit it right. But which one are you hitting, and then which one are you hitting as a reaction? So I'm hitting pulls, and then I'm hitting blocks as a reaction, kind of like an anti-pull in this round. I played again yesterday. I played a lot better, which felt good. All right, so then I hit a good punch shot that was a little too high that got kicked out. Hit the stick and dribbled off. I know. And then I landed it short, hit the stick, and dribbled to there and made the putt. So that was a good par save out of the trees. On that par 4, that's one of the hardest holes on the course. This is par 5, 7th hole. Not long. It's like 505 yards or something. So a good drive can give you a pretty simple chance to go at it.
What driver is that, bud? Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm using a Strixon driver right now. I think I'm gonna switch though. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna switch to. Put in the comments what driver I should try. So same thing as I did with my hybrid, the other par 5 where I used it. I mean, it's very solid. I was, I think, 240 yards on the fly. Just I didn't. There was water short right of the hole that I was thinking about, and so I just, everything I normally do as a mistake, I did that one to the max. That was actually a good pitch up there. Hit some of the leaves of the willow tree. Good shot. Chance for a birdie, but Brian, who I'm playing with, just from how far, Brian? From 68 yards, just to hold out for eagle. Oh, lordy. Tough group. So Brian played amazing this day. He actually was 4 under for the par 5s and shot a 1 under par for the round. He played really well. All right, so this is for birdie. on this par 5 for 4. That's a little on the low side. So not just not putting with authority, just kind of hitting it and hoping that it would go in rather than giving it a positive run and a stroke. All right, so this is the #1 handicap hole in the course, like 445 or 455 yards. Big dog leg left, and so that is the perfect shot shape. Just maybe 5 or 10% too much shape on it, because now I'm in just to the left of the fairway, and I'm about a yard and a half left of the fairway, but that tree in front of me totally blocks me out, so I'm going to have to play a draw here. So I made great impact, but just it did not draw back. And there's water left of the green, so you're thinking, okay, well, I do want it to draw, but I don't want it to overdraw. So I hit it pin high, and being pin high is good. So this is what they call around here. This is technically a grass bunker. They used to, a couple years ago, they used to let the grass grow really long here. But still, it's kind of down in a low spot where a bunker would be. And I think it's hard. It's very uneven, so it's hard for the mower to get all of it. So that's usually a spot you definitely want to avoid. But you can see behind me, that's a pond. So that's the #1 thing you want to avoid. So this is for par. So I hit a drive that was probably 1.5 smash factor, like really solid, good drive, but then hit a poor second shot. The drive was a little too far left, and I paid for it, because then, you know, I guaranteed myself the bogey by not trying to do something crazy, and took away the potential double, but also the chance for a par. Okay, here is the par 3, 186 yard. I think if I can tell by the shape, yeah, that's a 6-iron. So I'm gonna hit a 6-iron here, and like I said, my big miss is these pools. So I'm actually liking the dynamics of my swing a lot. I've been on the Foresight not too long ago, and my smash factor has come up quite a bit, and everything about my swing is I'm actually liking it more, even though my scores are about the same. Yesterday I shot 3 over. This day I shot like 3. I forget what I shot totally on the round. I think like 77 or something. So my scores are staying about the same as of recent times, but like I can tell that there's a breakthrough soon, because I'm really liking the dynamics of my swing. I just gotta get it. Got to get off of that big miss that we're talking about, which is the pools, and then the reaction to that. So not the best chip in the world to hit it there. All right, so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. I'm going to be doing further research and further experiments with that force multiplier thing I did with the scales, and then also I have a really cool video series that's going to be coming up in September with Milo Lines and Dr. Scott Lynn that you're going to want to see. It's going to be really, really cool stuff. And then also some other things as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button to be notified about when new videos come out. See you later. Bye.